everyone, welcome to Kahliya. This is Mia. I hope you're doing well. We are within or moving into the energy of the full moon. I think it's tomorrow. And we are moving towards the 8 Lions Gateway, 8th of August. I won't go into that too much at the moment, but you can look it up. It's a very powerful gateway, and so I want to focus today on a small guidance towards something a little bit more practical in a way. To support your transition into a higher vibrational existence, okay? I've talked a lot about moving into the real you and letting go of stuff that are not you, but let's move into something a little bit more practical to help you. It's like a tool, okay, to help you start creating that transition, that transformation. So I'd like to, I'd like you to focus. You could do this like every week, all right? And there's a reason why I'm saying this before the week starts, so you can just kind of prepare mentally to this kind of idea, all right? If it appeals to you. Every week, or whatever you set for yourself, okay? Try to focus upon one thing that you think you feel, all right? No one is telling you, and that's an important point. You feel the need to modify, change, improve, or just create something new. In terms of habit, in terms of way of life, things that you do, you know. For example, let's say you go to sleep really late, and you really want to go to sleep earlier because it kind of, you feel that you're not getting enough rest, and you wake up, either you wake up late, depending on what your daily routine is, or you wake up early because you have to and you're not rested enough. And this is maybe something that, and this is just an example, okay? Maybe this is something that you acknowledge that really disappoints you in yourself, that you cannot change, okay? And you can feel the results in terms of lower performance, okay? And so every time you tell yourself, okay, today I'm going to go to sleep earlier, and it just doesn't work. And another aspect may be that you are also disappointed in yourself. And so this goes back possibly to a childhood wound in which you might have been scolded for doing things wrong and so on. And so this creates a loop in which you are actually frozen instead of moving forward, because that feeling of disappointment in yourself may reconnect to a parent, for example, that was disappointed in you, or a teacher, or so on, and that freezes you. And instead of actually building, you regress or you stagnate. Okay, so try and see if you are in some shape or form living in some kind of format like that, okay? It could be in any domain in your life, in your lifestyle, okay? In your daily routine. Anything that you feel is important, that you feel that could really put you in higher performance or in better well-being, and that you are not managing to shift for some reason, okay? So first of all, take a look at what I just said about the disappointment in self, because that could be one of the reasons that you're stagnant in there. Another one could be just, you know, you have to, and somehow that recalls also early, notions of I have to discipline, all right? So a lot of us struggle with the idea of discipline, but we need to change this around. We need to shift our perception into all that is gone. We're big guys now. And I know it's cliche. I know it's I know you've thought about it a lot. You've probably worked it out, sussed it out already, and somehow you still can't break out of the cycle. But just try and change your perception today, in this day and time. You want to create a fabulous, high vibrational life for yourself. Okay? So this is you, the creator of your life. This is not any authority figure. This is not any partner, any friend, any boss. This is not anyone else but you. Okay? So look into you and what you really wish for yourself. How would you like your life to be, your lifestyle, your daily routine, your habits? What do you know about yourself that would be fabulous if you do it in a certain way? And you know deep inside that you're totally capable of, okay? And it totally escapes you as to why it just doesn't shift out of stagnancy. It could be personal hygiene, it could be cleanliness in the home, it could be habits of well-being, of health routine, physical activity, eating better, drinking more. It could be social related, behavioral related, people pleasing, complaining, self-negative talk, gossiping. It could be a million things, okay? And maybe you have a list. So start with one. Start with one that maybe you feel the easiest to start with, or maybe just pops out first, okay? And you can go for a few at a time, but make sure that you're really focusing on achieving one, okay? It might help to disperse the pressure if you're touching upon a few at the same time, but the bottom goal is to achieve one. And where I'm getting at is start small, but tiny, okay? For example, let's say you really want to clean your home better, more, or at all in some cases, okay? And you know that you'll feel so much better if everything is clean, and you just are not doing it to the extent that you really would feel fulfilled and shining in your sacred space. And so don't think of all the things you need to clean, just like in any other example, okay? This is just an example. Think about that one thing, that one window, for example, that let's say you never clean the windows, and let's say you're just thinking about that one small window, and you're saying, okay, that's not too big to tackle, or maybe even just the windowsill, okay? Just whatever time of day or night that you find yourself, if it's possible, just do it. If you feel the urge, you feel that whim, do it. Do just that windowsill and look at it and say, oh, that feels good. That looks good. That reflects brilliance, light, sacredness, respect, value. I value myself. I value my home. And then every time, keep looking at it and feel proud of yourself and feel what that did to you. And that achievement of that tiny, tiny, tiny goal in itself will increase your confidence in yourself and your self-respect and your sense of fulfillment. That's the cup that I want you to start filling up, okay? You need to step out of that dynamic, that game, that repetitive cycle of beating yourself up, of knowing that you want to do X, Y, Z, and knowing that you're not doing it, and then beating yourself up on it. Do you recognize that cycle? Let's get out of there, okay? Pick 1 to 3 to 5 little tiny weeny examples, okay? And focus on them. But focus on achieving 1. And again, if it happens that you didn't succeed, don't beat yourself up on it. That is the biggest part of this exercise, okay? We are here now to reconstruct our inner child, our inner wounded child, okay? Reconstruct and heal and nurture the inner self that feels hurt, that feels not heard, that feels unappreciated, unvalued. And that inner self is the inner self that finds it difficult to step up and out and shine. So let's help it by healing it and nurturing it and changing the disc, changing the conditioning that's within us, and not beating ourselves up anymore. Okay, let's get out of there. Okay, so find something that you really would like to change or to create. Okay, you can start wherever you want. It could be something that you want to do and you keep wanting to do and you can't do it. First of all, another thing that's really important, stop repeating in your mind, oh gosh, I didn't do it again, or oh gosh, I want to do this, but I'm not going to do it. Oh, I didn't do it. Just erase that. Every time you find yourself saying that, erase it. Cancel, delete. Say to yourself, cancel, delete. Every self-negative talk, by the way, or any negative thoughts. I think I wrote that somewhere. Cancel, delete. Every time that's another habit that you can start working on, even if it's the only one. Every time you find yourself saying or thinking in your mind something negative to yourself or to others or about a situation or anything. Just stop yourself, catch yourself, and say cancel, delete, cancel, delete, cancel, delete. And if it's a negative thought about someone or someone's, say, I wish them well, I wish them well, I wish them well. And repeat 3 times, okay? 3 times cancel, delete, or 3 times I wish them well, or both, all right? And just that is forming a new habit, creating a new. You are on the road to a new chapter. So you are creating it. You are creating it. Don't wait for anyone else to create it. I know, like I said in the last video, we are all waiting for external changes. But we are the creators. So we are the change. And it's happening already, by the way. And we are creating that change. So stop looking external and start looking internal, and see how you can reconnect to nurturing your inner self. Finding a lot of self-love, that's what's needed. I know we say a lot that all we need is love. Start by yourself. The only way we will heal the world is healing ourselves and loving ourselves. And the only way we will find love again for others is by loving ourselves. So just as you would nurture and care for a newborn child or a puppy, because for some people it's actually easier to relate free of any thoughts to a puppy. Okay, when you see a puppy, it's like there's all that nurturing that comes out of you. Okay, so you're that puppy and you're that newborn child. Now, just before being reborn, just reconstruct anything that has been built in you that is not you and that is not built in love. Okay, and I have to say, as a side note, many of our carers have not done us wrong out of lack of love, but out of lack of awareness. And they acted from wherever they were on their level of consciousness. So let's not automatically think that it was lack of love, okay? Just release these experiences and create the ones that work well for you and that create high vibration and love and light and inner power, inner good power, creative power connected to the Creator. Because we all have a seed of the Divine Creator within us. We are all creators. And we have to start within ourselves. So before you think of succeeding or creating something anew in the outer world, start with cleaning your inner home and creating anew within. Okay? So I hope this helps someone or someone's out there, and I'm sending you many light blessings. Bye.